Okay, g'day guys, and welcome back to another APA Little Cup Wi-Fi video on here on the channel. Today we are up again. Today, in fact, we actually are going to have a double header. This is partially because I was behind on uploads. If you didn't catch my last video, I explained it a little bit in there, but basically a few things happened. I couldn't record for a week and a half or so, and then I got a bit lazy, was a little bit behind, and yeah, so now I have to, in order to catch up, and then also because Ogle here on the screen is a likely rematch for us in playoffs. I don't want to talk too in depth about the team and like what sets I brought, just in case he watches this video, gets all my sets, and then I lose playoffs. But today we also have a match, as you can see, against Ogle, but we will be showing our match against Olli as well. And unfortunately, Olli had been overseas, got back, and his computer did not work. So he had to play on Showdown on his phone, which was rough, but that's the reason we've grouped these two battles together today. Starting off, there will be no team builder for these, in the essence of, one, not leaking my sets against Ogle, and two, keeping this video at an acceptable length. I will quickly run down the ones that I've brought here. As you can see on the screen, Owen has he's got a Pidove, a Honedge, a Magby, a Swinub, a Scraggy, and an Abra. Abra is terrifying. Scraggy is also terrifying. Swinub is great. Magby is terrifying. Honedge is bulky and hits hard and is just not fun for my team. And then Pidove is there because he loses to webs, which is why we have our cutie fly here. We also, mons that Owen decided to leave at home, he had the Teddy Ursa, which is with quick feet, and Toxic Orb can be quite terrifying because Facade hurts a lot. And then he does, I think he gets a Dark Move or like Seed Bomb or something for Sandygaster, which means it's not the best check. The quick rundown of the team that I brought: we have a Rock Polish Sandy, Rock Polish 3 attacks, I'm pretty sure. We've got a defensive Drowsy, we got a Shell Smash Tortuga, we got a Webs lead Cutie Fly, we got a Rock Polish Eviolite Pawniard, and then we got a Spikes lead / sashed Wimpod. Looking back on this game, I built 2 leads, and then I had to decide on which one I wanted to use, and because Swinub is one of the best stealth rockers in the game, you'll see that comes back to bite us. But without further ado, let's get into the battle. And I deeply apologize for the fact that I recorded this whole battle with a cursor in the middle of the screen. I have no way of getting this battle back, re-recording it. So there will be a cursor in the middle, and this is already annoying me, as much as it's annoying you. But yeah, so moving on, we led with Streamline as he leads with Pidove, and because it outspeeds, that tells us it is a Scarf Pidove. I think I went for, where did I go? He goes into Scraggy. I went for a Scald, kind of hoping for a Skull Burn, just gauge a bit of damage. That does a decent amount, so we know he's not Eviolite Scraggy. He goes for the knockoff, so he outspeeds as well. So this thing is also Scarf, so right off the bat we've seen 2 Scarfers. Which is kind of scary, and now this thing has a Moxie boost. Gee, a Skull Burn would have been really lovely. I go into Unsheathed because I know he's Scarfed into Knock, and a +1 Knock does not do much. This is a free Rock Polish for me. As he goes into Gross. Gross does not do a lot here. We should still outspeed, we should do a lot of damage. But turns out, so we go for the knockoff here, and turns out he's actually bulky Pidove, which is quite interesting. And then he goes for the Hidden Power Fighting, and so he clearly anticipated this thing being my switch into it. But we live that because we are Eviolite. I go for an Iron Head here. Not sure why I didn't go for knock. Who knows? But yeah, so now that thing is down and out already. Pitov and Wimpod are gone, so it's 5 all. He goes into the Abra. This thing is going to be Sash, but I want to bring it down to its Sash. I don't really have a switch in. Pawniard is not very useful now that it's on 4 HP. It won't be able to set up again as he goes for the Hidden Power. And that is going to annihilate my Pawniard, and we are now down 5-4. But we have Crush here, and we're going to come in here, and I'm going to predict the Energy Ball as he goes for the Energy Ball. And Tortuga, doing Tortuga-like things, lives on 1 HP thanks to the Sturdy. Beetlejuice pops, and we're back up to full as I click Shell Smash. And this is fun because now I outspeed this mon, and I can do a lot of damage. Yeah, so we can do a lot of damage to this thing with a Liquidation, I think. Yeah, and that's a dead Abra. And now we have our Focus Sash, effective Focus Sash in Sturdy, and it's 4 all. And he goes into the Swinub. This thing is going to be Sash, the way he's gone into it. I click Liquidation, and right here, I sweep the game if I have Aqua Jet, because nothing else on his team outspeeds. Earthquake kills the Hone Edge. Liquidation / Aqua Jet kills the Magby, and Liquidation kills the Scraggy. But I do not. I was opting for Dual Stabs plus EQ. Did not have the Aqua Jet, and his Ice Shard is able to kill my Tortuga. And that was a big turning point this game, because now it is 4-3 in his favour. I don't have anything that currently outspeeds this other than Cutie Fly. I don't want to take anything with Cutie Fly. I outspeed, which meant he was no speed, and I go for the foul play with Drowsy. Whoops, no, Drowsy didn't die. The Swinub did. So he goes into this thing. This Drowsy was kind of built to handle this mon. So we do over half with foul play. He goes for the Shadow Claw. We can eat that up. We barely live that, but eat that up. And he doesn't have Shadow Sneak, so I can claim on with Drowsy coming through big, getting 2 kills here, putting us back in the lead here at 3-2. And this is a very fast-paced game. It's very much mon for mon. Who's going to come out on top? He scuffs him, locks himself into knockoff here. And he does get a Moxie boost, which, I mean, that my knockoff resist at this point is only Cutie Fly, and Cutie Fly does not appreciate a +1 knock, because look at how small that bird is. A big hand coming down and knocking it is still going to hurt, and that does way too much. I click Moonblast here though, and am able to destroy this thing. This thing goes down. It's 4 times weak. It was never living that. Drowsy is now actually dead. And now Magby comes out, and I click HP Ground here. It is a speed tie. Ideally, I would have actually liked... Well, I mean, this speed tie didn't matter, because whether he belly drummed, and then it mattered for like 1 HP or something. I would have been 1 HP more. But this is the speed tie that I needed to win. I don't think he has Mark. He goes for the Flame Charge, which means he did win the speed tie, and because of that he won the game. Because he is now at +1. My poor little Sandygast is sitting in the back. If I was max bulk with Eviolite, I might have lived this. I had a chance to live. He needed the highest roll, but he demolishes me with Fire Punch. And that is GG's to Owen. And so we end up losing that game. Not ideal. Oh, there we go. The cursor goes away. Thank fuck for that. But yeah, so we lost this 1-0 to Owen. It does suck. Ideally, a win here would have pretty much locked us playoffs. A loss by such little differential does mean we're still in with a fairly good playoffs chance. But yeah, it just becomes a little bit more difficult. But yeah, so I'm not going to talk too much on the game, because as I said, we now that we've lost to Owen especially, he is a very likely playoffs opponent. He's now, after that win, I think 8-0. Yeah, this is week 8. Yeah, so he's 8-0 after this win. It is ridiculous. He is top of the league. He's having a phenomenal season with a very strong team, as you can see there. But yeah, I will be back with Olli's battle in just a sec. Alright guys, we're back with game 2 of this video, and as you can see we are on showdown against Olli. Quick rundown of the team. Again, he's got the Tepig, the Shelder, the Alolan Geodude, the Trico, and then the Sand Core of Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Sandshrew. Very terrifying. Ice hits my team very well. The only thing I really have to hit those Mons is probably, well, I have my Scarf Crabrawler, which I brought. I believe it's Scarf. I also have Pawniard, does very well this game. Doduo looks very nice, which might seem weird considering you've got a Shoulder, and you got 4 Mons that can use either Rock or Ice moves out of the 6, but still the Speed tier is very nice, and Jump Kick can do quite a good bit of work against him, and then Drowsy is there as just sort of an attempt at stopping the Sandshrew, because I do have Drain Punch on this set. But yeah, getting into the battle, let's just kick it off here. Let's kill the music so I don't kill my ears. I lead off with Cutiefly. I am Life Orb. I do decide to go for the U-turn as he goes for the Volt Switch, which I did not. I made a bit of a boo-boo. I went into Crush by mistake. As I go for the Smash here, as he goes for the SD, and I just click Rock Slide, goes down to his Sash, and that's going to pop his Unburden, and this would have been very scary for me, but I did bring Aqua Jet. I learned from the battle you saw earlier in the video. But yeah, he goes into Shoulder here, and I'm actually going to slow this down here. As you see, I'll go into Cutiefly because I need to hit this thing hard and stop it from smashing. That was my goal this game, to just stop this Mon from hitting a Shell Smash. Cutiefly did that nicely, got a nice bit of chip. Means that I can go out into my Scarf Crab. Ice Shard still does 20% or so, which is not bad. And I click Close Combat here, and Good Night's going to pick up another KO. Been a really fun Mon to use. Good Night got some nice coverage. I would love if I got Mark Punch, Bullet Punch, like any form of priority. As Tepig here is going to live on 5 HP, and that shows me that he's very, very bulky. He clicks Flame Charge, and that does mean that he actually doesn't outspeed because we are still Scarf, but he can click Flame Charge again, and my priority is I'm not pulling the Mons off the screen, sorry about that. But I go for the Sucker Punch here. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, I do believe. Yeah, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which is a nice play, get around the Sucker. But I am just going to sit here and click Sucker Punch because this thing is very scary. You can see the Mons we have left on the side there. I need Drowsy for the Hail Core, which he goes into before he goes into the Vulpix, and it shows me that he's Scarf, I'm pretty sure. I go for the Power Up Punch just because that's the fighting move that I do have. That would have done a lot more if I wasn't burnt, but that's fine because I can go in. I know that this thing is... no, it must have just been a slow Pawniard. Apologies there. I was a slow Pawniard. I therefore can go in and click Jump Kick 3 times and win the game here. Yeah, so nice quick one. We do pick that one up 2-0. It was very fast paced. Very short battle. One of the reasons why I decided to group these two together rather than potentially keep you waiting to watch like a very short battle. But yeah, so we do end up winning that one. Apologies again that it is on Showdown. Olli was having computer problems, but yeah, not much can be done. Is what it is. But yeah, so that was our 2 battles for today. Join us next week for week 10. Well, actually, sorry, not next week. Our week 10 battle will actually be up Saturday. That way give us time to put the if we make playoffs. We are sitting at 6-3 after this, I do believe, and 6 wins with really good diff, can lock you, or 7 wins is a lock. So I either guarantee beat Die next week and I'm locked, or for playoffs, or I lose, I think, 1-0 and hope that someone else doesn't get a 6-0 win. I think that's my equation. So yeah, it's as long as game plan will be going into that one, like, obviously look for the win, but if it gets to a point where I think I can't win, then it's got to be damage control, get as many points of differential as I can. But yeah, so that'll be up on Saturday. Until then, I hope you guys enjoyed.